Hello and welcome to this second lesson 2.1. In this video we will going to discuss about the following things. So the first is we will see how to change the font style and font color, and then we will see how to add and fill colors and apply a background image. Then we will see how to create formulas to calculate the sales data and then format numbers as currency and percentage. Then we will see how to format date and times. Then we will see how to align, indent or rotate cells, then merging a group of cells, then using of the average function, then apply cell styles, then copy and paste formats with the format painter. And we will see how to find and replace the text and formatting, and then change workbook themes. So let us first see how to change the font or font style and the font colors. So let us say this is a random data that we have. This data shows the sales of some company from its different stores, and it shows the name of the product, the pricing, the quantity of the product, the cost of product to company, and then the description of product. Okay, so the first thing we have to see how to change the fonts. So for example, I want to change the fonts of this location of the store. So to change the font of this particular data, what we will do, we will select the cell. For example, I selected this cell B2. I will go to home, and here we can see the font is written as Calibri. Okay, so we can select different fonts from this particular drop down, and when you click on this drop down you can see the theme fonts, and here we have different fonts available from which we can select a suitable font. And as you can see, when I hover around the mouse on any font, the cell data is getting changed so that we can see a preview of the font which will be applied. Okay, so you can see here I can select any particular font from this data, and you can apply that on this particular cell. So for example, I selected Arial Black, okay, or Arial Narrow. So it means Arial Narrow or Arial Black will be applied to this data cell. And I can see here, if I select this Arial and I press or click on this Arial, this will get selected, and you can see there is a difference in the font between these two cells. Okay, so we can clearly see the font is changed. Okay, now let us see how to change the font style. So if we want to change the font style, for example, here we can see here this is the title of this sheet. You can see this shows the title of each and every column. So I want it to be precisely showing the title data. So to make it show in a particular pattern, what I will do is I will select all these particular titles. Okay, and then if I want to change the font style, what I will do is I will go to styles and I click on the cell style, and here you can see there are multiple cell styles available. Okay, so here we can see there is a one tab which shows headings and titles. So I can select any particular heading that I like from these options. So what I will do is I will select this particular heading, and as you can see, when I click on this heading, this will get applied to this data, and we can see here that ultimately what we have is we have the font style changed from this particular tab. Okay, then if you want to change the font color, okay, so how will you change the font color? So for example, this is right now it's bluish in color, and I want to change the color of this particular cell. So what I will do is I will select the cell on which I want to change the color. For example, I selected this cell B1, and I will go on this font tab, and on this font tab I can see here this mark which shows font color. Okay, I will click on this drop down, and I can see there are a lot of colors available, out of which I can select one particular color. So let us say I selected this color, and you can see the color is basically green color, and if I click on this green color, the color of this cell gets changed. So now it becomes a different color from other title values. Okay, so you can see this is a different color. Moving further, let us see how to add or how to add fill colors and a background image. Okay, so for example, I want to fill this cell with some particular color. Okay, so what I can do is I need to go on the home tab, and on the home tab you can see a font section here, and in the font section you can see this is the tab for fill color. So you can click on this drop down and you can see here the different colors that are available. So let me select any particular color. Let's say I selected this color, and this is when I click on this color, you can see the color of this cell gets changed. Okay, so this is basically how we can change the color of a particular cell. Then we have to add a background image. Now to add a background image, what you have to do is go on this tab, and here you can find page layout tab. So just click on this page layout tab, and when you click on this page layout tab, see this section of page setup. Here you can see background. Just click on this background, and when you click on this background, it will going to show you different possible backgrounds that you can take. You can either use from your computer, you can use Bing search, or you can use your OneDrive. Okay, so let us see, we take it from the system, and we can see here the sample pictures that are available to us right now here. So let us say I selected any one picture randomly, let's suppose this one, and when I click on this, I can see that the background of this worksheet gets changed. Okay, so this is how I can change the background of any particular worksheet. Now if I want to delete this background that I have, you can perform all the calculations on this, but still if you don't like this background, you can still delete it. So to delete this background, what you have to do, go on the page setup tab, and the page setup section, page layout tab, and in the page setup section you can see a tab which shows delete background. So just simply click on this delete background, and the background image will be deleted. Okay, moving further, now we have to calculate, or we have to create formulas to calculate sales data. So we have to calculate the sales data. How we will be calculating sales data? For example, here we have the price of some product and the quantity of some product. Let's say this is the price of the product, that is $100, and this is the quantity of the product, which is 10. Now I want to calculate the amount of sales for this particular section. So what I can do is, I have created a tab here a column here which shows weekly sales. Okay, and in this sales, what I will do is I will simply press on the cell just in corresponding to this row. Okay, this particular row, this row number 2. So here what I can do is I will move to this particular cell, and I will press equals to. After pressing equals to, I will hover hover around the price tab, and I will select this price, that is D2, and I will press multiplication, that is the star button, and then I will press this, I will select this cell E2. So this is the price and quantity. So price into quantity will give you the amount of sales, and now after pressing this D2 star E2, I will press enter. So when you press enter, this will automatically calculate the sales for this particular tab. Okay, similarly for this particular cell also, you can select and then press star, and then again press the quantity, and then again press enter, and this will going to show you the sales. Okay, now if we have multiple tabs here, then what we should do? Do we need to again and again press this buttons and calculate? No. What we can do is we can select this cell, and on this cell you can see there is a small square button at the top, at the bottom right corner of this particular cell. So what you can do is when you hover around on this corner, you will see your cursor will change into a plus sign like this. Okay, so what you can do, when it changes into plus sign, just press here, okay, and drag through all the cells for which you have to calculate the sales data. So you calculated the sales data, and just release the press button. So when you release the press button, you can see this is the value of sales for each particular week is getting calculated. So here we can see different weeks the value is getting calculated. This is how it's going to work. Okay, so this is how we can calculate the sales data. Then we have to format numbers as currency and percentage. Okay, so if I want to format numbers as currency, for example, if I see pricing, so price is basically in dollars, so definitely it should show the dollar sign in front of it. So for that, what you have to do is you have to select this range of price. Okay, then go to home tab, and after going to home tab, you can see a section of numbers here, and in the numbers, click on this drop down which says number format, and when you click on this drop down, you can see there is a particular tab of currency. Okay, so just press currency and you can see your cell is changed from normal cell to a currency value. Okay, now you can do this to all the cells. So let us say I selected all these cells. Okay, and I go to general and then I press this drop down and then click the currency tab. So you can see overall all the cells get changed to currency format. Okay, now we have to see how to format into percentages. Okay, so now how to calculate the percentages. For example, what I'll do is I will see the percentage value or the percentage profit. Okay, now how will you calculate the profit? So first what we can do here, I will write profit. Okay, here I will write the profit. So what is the profit? Profit means the quantity into the amount of profit on each cell. For example, this is the cost of the product and this is the price of the product. So it means the company bought the product for this price. Let us change this also into currency. So let us say I made it also into currency. Okay, so company bought some item at this price and sold the item at this price. So definitely how much the profit they are earning. If they bought a product in $85 and sold it in $100, so $15, that is 100 minus 85 is the profit that they can make. Okay, so what I will do here in the profit tab, what I will do is I will press is equals to sign, then I will put a bracket here, open bracket, then I will write price, then I will select this cell price, then minus, then I will select cost and then bracket close. Okay, so 100 minus 85 will give you the price or the profit of each product. Now then I will press the star button to multiply it with the quantity. Okay, so quantity is 10. So here if I press enter, I can see the profit, overall profit made on this particular transaction is 150 rupees, because you bought something for 85 and you sold it for 100. So you made $15, and if you sold 10 quantities of such product, you will be making $150. Now I want to calculate the profit for all these tabs. So what I can do, I can simply see here that there's a square button here. I can simply select this, I click on this and drag this down up to the value for which I have to calculate the profit. So here you can see the profit at each product is being calculated using this particular tab. Okay, so here we have the profit. Now let's suppose I want to calculate the percentage profit. So let us say I write here percentage profit. Okay, so I want to calculate the percentage profit. Now how to calculate the percentage profit? So percentage profit is very simple. It is equals to, percentage profit is equals to profit upon the price at which the company bought the product. Okay, so the price at which the company bought the product. So how many products that the company bought? See, if the company is selling 10 products, it must have bought each product at $85. So it means the total price or the total cost to company will become 85 into 10. Okay, so what I will do here is I will press an open bracket and then I will press this cost into then quantity. Okay, and I will simply close this bracket. Okay, so you can see the profit, total profit made by the company divided by the total cost that company has to spend to get this product. Okay, and when you press enter, this will give you the percentage profit, but you can see here it is completely in a different format. So no problem, we will change it later. Okay, similarly I want to calculate the profit for all other tabs as well. So what I can do, I can simply go here and select this cell and completely drag this till the point I have to calculate the profit. So this is how you can drag it. Now you can see this is the percentage profit. So definitely the formatting of this particular cell is different. So what we will do, we will change this formatting to percentage. So how we will change this to formatting to percentage? We will simply go on this home tab and we can see the number section here, and in the currency we can see here the number format. You can click on this drop down and here you can select the percentage. Okay, here you can see this is the percentage, and just click on this percentage and this cell will show you the percentage profit. Okay, so this is how you can calculate or you can convert any cell into percentage value. Okay, so this is how we can make the percentage. Then moving further, if I want to format the date and times, so let us see here. I can see in the first column this is the date of sale. So if I want to format, I want to change this date, what I have to do is, I can clearly see the date is currently in the format of the month, then day, and then year. If I want to change it, what I can do is I can select this date tab, okay, all these cells, okay, then go to the home tab, and on the home tab I can see this is the number, and again here you can see the number format, and just press on this drop down. So when you press on this drop down, you can see here there is a format for date which is the short date, there is a format for date which is the long date, and there is a format for time. Okay, so what you can do, you can select any of these format to change between the time and the date. Okay, so for example, if I want to change this to long date, I can simply click on this long date, and you can see here the date is getting changed into the long date. Okay, if I again go to date and select short date, then it will become like this. Okay, and if I again go to date and I select the long date, it will be changed to this format. So this is how you can change the formatting of date and time. Okay, then moving further, then we have to see how to align, indent or rotate cells. Okay, so how to align the cell. For example, this is the product description, this is the name of the product that I have bought. I want them to be aligned in a different format. Okay, for example, they are right now left aligned. I want to make them center, or I want to make them aligned towards the right hand side. So what I can do, I can simply select this particular cells. Okay, and then on the home tab, if I go to alignment section, here I can see we have multiple options, that is the align left, then align center, and then align right. So if I click on this align right, the cells will get aligned towards the right hand side. If I click on this center, the cell will get aligned to in the center format. If I click on this left, then it will be aligned in the left side. So this is how we can change the cell from the alignment of the cell using these three different formats. Okay, then we have to see how to indent the cell. So indentation basically is using this decrease indent or the increase indent. Okay, so for example, if I click on this decrease indent, nothing will going to happen here. If I click on this increase indent, the cells will get shifted from the left side towards the right side by some value. Okay, if I press it again, you can see the cells are getting shifted, the data is getting shifted multiple times. This is how you can indent any cell. Okay, so here also, if you want to go back, if you decrease the indent, the cells will again get shifted towards the left hand side. So this is how the indent tab will going to work. Okay, and then we want to rotate. If you want to rotate the cell, for example, if you want to make some visually this particular data or visually this particular chart more readable, okay, if you want to make it more clear, then what you can do is you can select this title cells and you can rotate this particular cells so that they look more clear. For example, to rotate, what you have to do is select the cell on which you have to rotate or you want to rotate. Let's suppose I selected this one cell and go to home, and on the home you can see in the alignment we have a tab which shows orientation. Okay, so here orientation, click on this drop down and you can see multiple orientations are available. For example, if I select angle counterclockwise and if I click on this, you can see the data in this cell gets aligned in this direction. Okay, if I click again and if I rotate it by some other way, for example clockwise, the data gets rotated in some other direction. Then again, if I click on this and select vertical, so you can see the data is shown in the vertical format. Okay, if I go again and click on this up text, you can see the data will look like in the up text format. Okay, so you can make any type of arrangement that you like, or make any type of orientation that you like using this particular cell. Okay, so this is how you can format, or you can change the orientation of any particular cell. Now if I want it to be back in the same format just like it was earlier, so what you can do is you can press undo button again and again. Okay, press it multiple times, and finally we are back to the original position. Okay, then if you want to merge a group of cells, okay, if I want to merge the group of cells, for example, here we can select any cell. For example, here in this particular data, I can see that 4 of these products are exactly same in all these tabs. Okay, in all these tabs, in all these cells, the name of the product is exactly same. So what I will be doing is I want to merge these cells. Okay, now to merge these cells, what I will do, I have to select the cells which I need to merge. Okay, then go to the home button and press home, and then in the home you can see there is a tab of alignment. There's a section of alignment. In the alignment you can see merge and center. So to this merge and center will combine 2 or more cells into one and merge the data. So if I press this merge and center, it will show you some value that the data is available in all the cells. So we can press cancel right now. Okay, so what I will do is I will simply remove the data from these cells. Okay, and then I select all these cells, and I want the same name to be appeared in all this particular cells. So what I will do, I will select all these cells, and then I will go to home. Then in the alignment section I can see merge and center, and I will press merge and center, and you can see all the 4 cells merged into one and become one, and the data in all these 4 cells becomes one product description, this one. Okay, so this is how you can merge the cells. Okay, merge a group of cells. Then moving further, use average function. We will see how to calculate the average. For example, here we can see weekly sales of different products at different dates. So this is $1,000, then 1,000, then 1,000, and then again 1,000, and so on. Now if I want to calculate the average sales made by these products, okay, so how will we calculating the average sales? So to calculate the average sale, I will select a cell randomly here. Okay, here I will write, I will press equals to sign, then I will write AVER. So you can see when I have written AVER, I can see there are multiple average options are open. Okay, so what I will do is I will simply select this average this function average. I will double click it, and the average will be selected. Now what I can do is I will select the values or the cells of which I want to calculate the average. So for that I will select this weekly sales right from the first to the end, and then you can see there H2 to H8, this range of cells is getting selected, and I will put in close parenthesis, and then we will press equals to. So this, when we press equals to, this will give you the average sales of the total sales. Okay, so here I can write average sales. Okay, so this value shows you the average sales. Okay, then if you want to apply the cell style, so how will be applying the cell style? You can select any particular cell style. For example, this value shows you the average. So to show the average, what you can do is go on the home tab and go to the section of styles, and you can see cell styles here. Okay, then from the cell styles you can select any particular value which you like. For example, I selected this ACENT 5 randomly, so you can see the style of this cell is changed to some blue color. Okay, so this is how you can apply the cell styles. Then moving further, we will see how to copy and paste formats with the format painter. So when we have to use this, for example, we can see here all the title values here are different and this title value is different. So what I want is, I want this title value should have the same value as this one, or all these tabs should have the same value as this particular tab. Okay, so I want to copy the format of this tab to all these particular cells. So to copy the format of this cell, what I will do is I will select this cell and I will go to home, and in the home you can see clipboard section where we have a tab which shows format painter. So I will simply click on this format painter. Okay, so now when you click on this format painter, the cell which you have selected will be highlighted and the format of this cell is getting copied. Okay, now you can apply this format to any other cell and the format will be copied. So you can see here, I want to apply this formatting from this particular tab to the end tab, from C1 to I1. Okay, so what I need to do is I will hover the mouse on C1, okay, and I will click here the first press. I will simply drag the cells from C1 to I1 and then I will release the cursor. And you can see here the formatting of this particular cell is transferred to all these cells and all the cells now look exactly same. Okay, so this is how you can change or you can apply the formatting, cell formatting. Okay, then we want to see how to find and replace text and formatting. So how to replace or find the text. Okay, so here what we can see that in this particular data, the name Chicago is written wrong. The spelling of Chicago is wrong. So what I need to do is I want to change this spelling. So how we will change this spelling? So to change the spelling or correct the spelling, I will go to Home tab. Then I will move around and I will see the section of editing, and in the editing section you can see Find and Select tab. So just down press this Find and Select tab and you can see here we have a tab of Replace. So I will click on this Replace and I can see here the data, the Find and Replace box is getting opened. So now it is asking for what we have to find and what should be the replacement of that value. So I can see that I have written the spelling of Chicago wrong. So here I will simply write what I have to find. So I will write here CHICGO. I want to find this and I want to replace this with some other value which is CHICAGO to correct the spelling of Chicago. Okay, so now we have multiple options here. Do we need to find the values only or do we need to replace them as well? So if I click on Find All, it will show all the values which have this mistake. Okay, if I click on Replace All, then it will replace all the values where Chicago is written like this with the value of Chicago like this, or the spelling of Chicago like this. Since we have to replace it, I will simply press on Replace All, and when I press Replace All, you can see it says all done. We made 7 replacements, and here you can see the name Chicago is getting changed. Okay, so it means we have correctly replaced the values. So now it is completed. Okay, so now we can simply close this tab. So this is how you can change the or find and replace the text. Then the next thing we need to learn is how to change the workbook theme. So if you want to change the workbook theme, so for example, this is your workbook on which you are working right now, and you want to change the theme of this workbook. So for that, what you have to do is go on this tab and click on Page Layout. So when you click on Page Layout, in the first section of Page Layout, you can see here we have a section of themes. And click on this themes, click on this drop down, and you can see there are various themes available, out of which you can select your theme of choice. So you can see when I am hovering around any particular theme, the theme of the sheet is getting changed and changing accordingly to the value in this theme we have. So let us suppose I selected some randomly this iron theme. Okay, so to select this theme, what you have to do, just press on this iron theme, and you can see the theme of your sheet is getting changed. So this is how you can change the theme of any particular sheet. Okay, so that's all for this video. In the next video we will see some other topic. So thank you.